Today I'll be reviewing Boruto episode 55 and 56. But before that, I'm going to talk about 54 just because I want to review that episode too, since it had some importance. So, the episode was called Boruto and Sasuke, and I thought it was a good episode. It was mostly recap from the movie. We got to see Sasuke versus Shinki again, but it was shorter this time. But there was really nice art and animation for that. So this episode focused on Boruto and his encounter with Sasuke just like the movie, and then Boruto learns the Rasengan and gets the ninja weapon, and he also becomes Sasuke's student, and at the end Orochimaru tells Mitsuki not to use his full power in the tuning exams, aka Sage Mode, or else he wouldn't be able to stay there. Most likely because he would be two hacks. So that was an okay episode. There was a lot of recap, but other than that, it was really just okay, a 7 out of 10. So episode 55, the scientific ninja tool. This episode was a lot of movie recap again, but they expanded on some things. I love that scene where Boruto asks Sasuke about Naruto's weaknesses, and Sasuke says he had a lot of weaknesses, but overcame them to become Hokage. I love that scene even from back in the movie. After that, we see the other classmates getting ready for the tuning exams, and Samire knows all her former classmates' weaknesses. I can't recall, but spoiler alert for like 30 seconds. If you don't read the manga, I could have sworn Samire wasn't in the when she was brought up in the manga. She didn't say anything about being in the tuning exams. I'm pretty sure they said that she wasn't able to be a part of it because she joined someone else. I may have to just reread that manga chapter. Anyways, that aside, we also see Ina Chikacho training with Tamari, and she tells them about Gaara's son and how strong he is. We also see Boruto practicing with his ninja weapon. So if you're wondering, if you watched the movie and were wondering how he was so good with it, he clearly practiced for it, but they didn't really show that much in the movie. After that, we get a history lesson from Urashiki telling Momoshiki everything that's happened on Earth with Kaguya and how the chakra fruit turned into the Ten Tails and then turned into Tail Beast, and now they're inside Jinchuriki. It's also confirmed that there are more white Zetsu just lurking around. I'm not sure if anything about them were explained at the end of Naruto Shippuden, but I guess we know that there are just more now. I don't mean more as in there are more white Zetsu being produced. I mean more as in, like, there are still some Zetsu around. Anyways, then Momoshiki meets Killer Bee, and it's funny because they're complete opposites. And the first thing Momoshiki says after hearing Killer Bee rap is that his words irritate me. And then we get their battle, which wasn't even really a battle. I was hoping, since they expanded the whole interaction, that we may actually get a battle. And I have no idea why B was just sitting there and he wasn't even trying. It was the Eight Tails firing the Tail Beast bombs, which Momoshiki absorbed. And this bothers me for a number of reasons, because in Naruto Shippuden, B was one of the strongest people in the show, and is the only other Jinchuriki alive aside from Naruto, and we didn't even see him get a good fight during the war. The last good fight we saw him in was with Sasuke, who he wrecked at the time, and then we saw him against the fourth Raikage and Tsunade, and he's basically become the Vegeta of the show because he has so much potential, but he can't really do anything. He was also Naruto's one and only Tailed Beast Chakra Master, and we never get anything from him, so it's kind of disappointing what they've done with him. They don't expand on him even a little bit. I'm pretty sure me and other fans want to see more of Killer Bee, even if it's just a little bit. Anyways, continuing on with the episode, after that we see Gaara talking to his son, Shinki, or rather his adopted son, still his son, and his teammates are leaving, headed towards the Leaf for the tuning exams. And right after that, we see Gaara talking to Shukaku, and I'm really not sure how he did that. I'm not sure if Gaara has become a Jinchuriki again, and they're just hiding that from us. Or does he have a bit of Shukaku in him? Or can he just talk to him telepathically just because? But Shukaku tells him that he can't sense the Eight Tails anymore, but can sense everybody else. So he basically warns Gaara of the upcoming event, or he's rather foreshadowing for us what's gonna happen, I guess. And at the end of the episode, we get Sasuke and Boruto doing shuriken training and getting ready for the exams. And you know, it kind of just came to my head, but I just realized why Sasuke is doing shuriken training with Boruto. It's not to be good at shuriken jutsu, but rather to get him ready to learn the Rasen Shuriken, which may be why he made Boruto have to learn the Rasengan first. Not that Sasuke could teach him the Rasen Shuriken because he doesn't have a wind-style chakra nature, but this will force Boruto to go and train with Naruto if he wants to become stronger. So, I love how they've been expanding on stuff in the movie in these episodes, like what took place during the movie, but we didn't see, like Gaara talking to Shikaku. Overall, I think this was a really good episode. I give it another 7.5 out of 10, I guess. Maybe an 8. I don't think it was that good, but it was pretty average. So, episode 56, Rivals Gather. So, the episode starts with Boruto, Sarada, and Mitsuki, and all of the other classmates getting ready for the exam, and they're noticing the competition. I noticed that there were no grass, rain, or sound ninja, or there were only ninja from the 5 great nations. So I was wondering why that was. They only said there was going to be ninja from the 5 great nations, so I'm wondering why they excluded all the others, the grass, the sound, and the rain. Maybe they're not allies with the 5 great nations anymore in any way, since they've all teamed up. They all went and teamed up. The last we heard from one of these other 3 villages are the sound, and it was mentioned that's where Mitsuki came from. Other than that, I don't think we've heard of the grass or the rain in all of Boruto so far in the anime, manga, and movie. So hopefully we find out something about them soon, because it's pretty interesting how they've avoided that topic completely. Anyways, while everyone's picking out who they think is going to be competition, Shinki takes note of Boruto, and then later on when Yuri tries to push his authority, I guess, on Boruto and start a fight, Shinki stops them. So that encounter between the 3 of them is very important, not just because they're about to compete in the tuning exams, because if you know who Yuri's dad is, you'll realize that them 3 meeting is actually really important. I was doing some research the other day and then found out who his mom and dad are. And if you don't know, they might reveal it in the anime. They haven't done it in the manga or the movie, or they might have done it somewhere since you can research and find out who it is. There's a slight hint toward it being Killer B, but I'll let you find out exactly who it is by yourself, because they're obviously, the anime is going to make a big deal out of who it is, which is why they haven't brought it up yet. Chojuro also talks to Boruto and tells him that Kagura is training and looking after the village. And some other things that I took note of is that Darui is saying that they don't have a lot of tuning after the Tsuchikage wonders how many genin are actually worth watching. And then the Tsuchikage changes the topic completely. I can't remember her name, but she changes the topic completely. So you have to, if you're a military leader in any sort of way, you can't go talking about how weak or strong you are to any other village, even if they are your ally, which pretty much confirms to me that each village still wants to be the strongest, even in times of peace. I'm sure each village, well, the 5 great nations are going to stay allied, since they're all basically from the same generation. So I don't think anything will drive them apart, but it's just something to take note of. So after that, Sai's test begins, or rather his exam begins, and I like how he started talking as soon as he started the timer, which basically made his own speech or the directions a trap. And that's something Sai would do, so it was just kind of nice seeing that. We also see 10-10 in the forest. 10-10 returns, 10-10 greatness, and she's just laying traps for all the genin to get through. I feel like the tuning exams are the only time that we're going to actually see the Kahona 11 actually do anything important, because they're in times of peace. So as the competition continues, Iwabe sees the team that he thought was competition fall for a trap. We also see Team 7 breezing through this thing like it's practice. Like Boruto, Sarada, and Mitsuki are too OP. We also see Shinki's team do the same, and they finish the forest part of the exam before Boruto's team. Kind of like how Gaara's team completely wrecked the competition back in the first tuning exams. I wonder if they're gonna tell us how well he did, and if he took first like how Gaara did. That would be cool to see. Anyways, after that we get Sai's quiz, the same one from the movie, and Boruto gives up. And then Sarada and Mitsuki save him, so he passes, but Yorui's still bashing him he noticed that Boruto needed help, so their rivalry is growing. And Shinki also continues to take interest in Boruto. Naruto also sends a congratulatory email to Boruto, not even a shadow clone, but I did notice that Boruto saves it, which is pretty important, and it shows that he actually cares about what Naruto thinks. So that was the end of the episode. I think it was a pretty good episode. I give it an 8 out of 10. for all the stuff that they added in there. Plus, the character building they added was pretty good. We know what's going to happen in the next episode, so there's no real point in talking about it. I actually bought the movie the other day. I saw it at Walmart for like $12. Anyways, that aside, those were my thoughts on this episode. Let me know what you thought of this episode in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, and share so I can hear other people's opinions. Thanks for watching and have an awesome day.